Yeah, so Casey, according to authorities, this all happened around 1:30 a.m. Eastern time here in Baltimore. A large shipping container at that hour, it appears, based on the videos that we have seen, collided, and hearing from authorities that that shipping container collided with the one of the columns of the Key Bridge in Baltimore. It is, as you mentioned, a major commuter bridge, major route as you cut through Baltimore, going between, let's say, Washington and New York, all the way up the Northeast. And it appears that the bridge collapsed. You can see it in the video crumble into several pieces. And authorities think there are potentially up to 20 people in the water. They don't know. As you mentioned, there was some sort of large tractor trailer sized vehicle on the bridge at the time. But that is what emergency crews are now looking for. Anyone who is in vehicles or in the water that may have ended up down in the Patapsco River. First responders have been there at the scene. They're calling it a mass casualty event. And there's an urgent search right now, urgent rescue for any people who could be there in the water. And right now, the entire area around the bridge is shut down. There are crews not only from Baltimore, but from surrounding agencies, from federal agencies that are assisting with this, because this is a very, very serious incident and serious rescue operation that's now underway. As I mentioned before, we arrived in Baltimore a little while ago. We're probably about a quarter mile from the bridge at this point, but the area is shut down. Police have shut down the road. They're only letting those first responder vehicles, understandably, come in and out because the water there in the Patapsco River is roughly 48 degrees based on some of the data that we have found online. It's cold water. People who end up submerged in that water would likely have, 1 to 3 hours where they could survive in temperatures like that. And so crews are desperately trying to get people out as quickly as possible. Just doing the rough math, it has been roughly 3.5 hours since this all started, Casey. And so really for the crews, if they believe at this hour, which we think they do, that there could still be people in the water, the clock is really ticking. And so they have divers in the water. They are trying to locate people. We know that the mayor, Brandon Scott, tweeted out a couple hours ago that this was a significant event, that he was en route to it, that the governor of Maryland was aware as well, and that they were working with these various other agencies to work on this rescue operation. Obviously, the sun is soon to come up here in Baltimore. It's going to be another day for commuters where this is going to create serious problems across this area here in Baltimore and have implications all the way likely from D.C. up to, the Philadelphia area and maybe even beyond that. But that's really forward thinking at this point. Right now, the focus on this is on this desperate rescue operation to locate people who might be in the water after this shipping container collided with the Key Bridge and sent it crashing down.
Yeah, no, absolutely critical to focus on that at this point. And Gabe, we also have this just in. The Secretary of Transportation, Pete Buttigieg, says that he has talked with the governor of Maryland, Wes Moore, and with the mayor of Baltimore, Mayor Scott, to offer federal support from the Department of Transportation after this incident. He says rescue efforts remain underway. Drivers, he notes, in the Baltimore area should follow local responder guidance on detours and the response. And as we said, Kevin Cartwright, who is with the Baltimore Fire Department, says that they are searching for up to 20 people who may be in the river right now, along with multiple vehicles. I'm just going to ask our control room to put up, we have some still images of the scene, of the aftermath of the scene, that are a little bit brighter that we can perhaps, there we go. So you can see that's the container ship itself, or that was the container ship on the left. This is the damage to the bridge. But those containers, of course, are part of the vessel. And we're also receiving reports that some of them may be unstable, and that this is, of course, making this rescue scene all the more difficult for first responders who are trying desperately to rescue these people. We spoke here at CNN to the Baltimore City Fire Department spokesman around 4:30 a.m. Eastern time. So this was the latest update of about an hour ago. Let's just listen to what he told us, and then stick with me. We'll talk about it on the other side.
We are here at Fort Armistead Park in the midst of and managing a mass casualty multi-agency incident here. As you know, approximately 1:30 this morning, a vessel traveling through the Patapsco River outbound collided with a column, causing a collapse of the Key Bridge. Unfortunately, we understand that there was many as up to 20 individuals who may be in the Patapsco River right now, as well as multiple vehicles. So we have, as indicated, a mass casualty multi-agency incident underway.
So that was, again, Kevin Cartwright of the Baltimore City Fire Department telling us that at this hour, or last hour, I should say, there were up to 20 people known to be in the water, as well as vehicles, that there are divers in the water trying to rescue these individuals. We're joined on the phone, via Skype. Andy McCabe is still with us. Andy, you mentioned, again, we're being careful to speculate about whether this was an intentional or accidental impact. And you did talk about sort of the follow-on effects, but when they're trying to figure out actually how this occurred, what sort of data tends to be available in these investigations? I mean, are they looking at computers on the ship? What do you know, or what can you kind of tell us in terms of what sort of information threads are available for them to pull on beyond just obviously, of course, interviewing the individuals who were in charge of piloting the ship?
Sure. So, a lot of that depends, Casey, on how, on the details of the ship, how old it is, what sort of technology it's equipped with. So that's going to really set the table in terms of what sort of information or data you have to work with. But you can imagine the entire kind of scope of GPS data and systems data that really will show you exactly when the ship was last kind of put on the course that brought it to impacting that column, the number of people who were involved in piloting the ship at the time, the sort of inputs that those folks were delivering into those systems to steer the ship. There's that can vary greatly. If this is like a really old vessel that's in a state of disrepair and hasn't been kind of updated, that data could be pretty rudimentary. But any sort of inputs that go into that system, if it's on a set course that had been planned out, sometime before, it looks less likely that someone at the last second took it off course and into that column. So those are kind of some of the systems that they'll be looking for to see if they even exist on the boat before they find out what sort of data they have in this situation. But again, those people who are at the controls of those systems are going to be your best resource. And what they really need right now is some cooperation and some kind of, really solid interview feedback from those folks.